I'm Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Don't go through a breakup alone. Click on the link in the description below to get a one-on-one coaching with me, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth, and in this video I'm going to be talking about we argue all the time. So, effective communication is absolutely essential for a relationship. And if you don't have the skills to communicate in a healthy way what you need to your partner, the relationship is going to fall apart. Because not only do you have your own set of needs, but your partner also has their own set of needs, and then the relationship together has its own set of needs. Sometimes you have to put your partner's needs first, sometimes you need to put your needs first, and sometimes you need to put the relationship needs first. It can be very complicated, very confusing, and for a lot of you guys, who grew up in a home where there wasn't good, healthy communication, good attachment styles with your caregivers, it'd be a real struggle. And what happens is, you understand, if you've watched my videos before, that we are wired to connect with each other. Human beings are meant to connect and to attach to others. And we long to connect with our partners. And each of us has learned how to love from our caregivers. We each have like this own set of blueprints on what love is like. And so we learn this through attaching to our caregivers and by the love they give us. And we learn the style. This is basically breaking it down into styles with the attachment styles: secure, anxious, avoidant. It's really there's a lot to it, because it's every different relationship is different, and that includes relationship with parents. Maybe your parents did certain things to irritate you, and then of course you wind up with a partner who winds up doing those same things, and you just don't know how to deal with it. It leads to a lot of arguing, a lot of fighting. And so effective communication is absolutely critical to your relationships, because if you don't have it, what will happen is that you will start to get frustrated, you'll start to get angry, and the relationship will no longer feel safe. And your partner will actually start to feel like a threat to you. So it's really important that you learn healthy communication skills. I have an email here from Jaylene. She's 28 years old and dated a guy for 3 years. She says, "Hey Craig, I am absolutely blown away by your channel and videos." Thank you so much, Jaylene. I appreciate that. She says, "You seriously are one of the most inspiring people that continues to give a gift to us all." Well, if you're talking about bad jokes, I apologize. They are what they are. You're stuck with them. No, I appreciate the kind words, and I'm glad that you find the videos helpful. And it's nice to hear from you guys, because you guys tell me that every day, and it can be a grind to come up with videos and ideas and share different things with you guys every day. But the kind words that I get from you guys and the comments in the videos, they really do help keep me motivated when I'm like, man, I just don't know what to do a video about today. And it does happen. So I'm always looking for something to share about relationships, and because there's so many topics, it can be a little bit overwhelming, or like, what have I not done a video about in a while? And this was one that I felt like I hadn't really covered in a while, with some communication stuff. So I thought, let me put some stuff out there for you guys about this today. Let me go on with the email. I get a little derailed. I don't know if it's old age or what happens there, but I'll get focused, okay? So she said, "My boyfriend and I have been dating for 3 years. His home life was not good or stable. His father was bipolar, and his mother had her own issues. My parents divorced when I was 3, and it was not an easy life. Yeah, that's a really tough time for your parents to split, because that would trigger all kinds of abandonment issues. Dad is gone all of a sudden. It can be very, very painful. Difficult time. A lot of kids would internalize that and believe that it's their fault. They did something wrong. Because that's just how we are at that age. We don't know any better. And I think it's actually like a self-preservation, maybe instinctually in us, to be that aware of our relationship with our caregivers so we don't sever the bond. Because if we sever the bond, we could die, right? If our parents abandon us. So I think there's some kind of self-preservation to being overly sensitive to if you've done something to damage the relationship. That's just my theory on it. But I do think that there's got to be something to it. Anyway, she said, my sisters got into all kinds of trouble growing up, so my mother was always dealing with them. I kind of felt ignored growing up. So if you grew up feeling ignored, my gut would tell me that when you are in a relationship and you feel ignored, it is going to trigger the trauma, the hurt, and the pain from the past. Alright, so she says, one of our big issues is that we argue all the time. A lot of the times I would feel like he would put his friends before me and I felt second best. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Okay, think about what she just said. She felt ignored growing up because her sisters got all kinds of attention for misbehaving, and what did she say? I would feel like he would put his friends before me and I felt second best. That's what happened in your childhood with your mom. You felt second best because your mom had to deal with your sisters, and it probably wasn't intentional, but if your sisters were acting out all the time, she was probably trying to deal with the behavior. And so, especially that she was a single mom. She said, I would be so angry and hurt whenever he put them first. Okay, so you see what's going on here is you are hurt in the same ways that you were hurt in your childhood. And you don't feel loved because you're interpreting it as I was second best to my sisters and now I'm second best to my boyfriend's friends, and that makes you essentially feel unloved. She says, I have to admit that I lose my temper with him too. Probably your anxiety causes you to lose emotional self-control. We can't seem to understand each other. I still do love him and want to give it another shot to get things turned around. I'm going to do a Skype coaching so you can help me learn some one-on-one strategies and really get the communication techniques. Could you please put out a video on communication strategies? Okay, so I was thinking about this, and this is a good way to understand your partner better, because really you want to understand your partner because they are different than you. And one of the big problems is that we assume our partner has the same needs as us. Like with the 5 love languages, I did a video about the 5 love languages. That's a good video to kind of give you understanding that each person has their own way of feeling loved. So, here is a little thing that you could do with your boyfriend or girlfriend to try and get to know each other a little bit better. Because it's that disconnection that we have when we don't understand each other that causes us to have anxiety and lose emotional self-control. Or you might lash out at your partner. The other thing that you could do is withdraw. And then you just withdraw and you go within with yourself and you're just angry and resentful. And ultimately, either way, you don't feel safe with your partner. And when you don't feel safe, you see them as a threat, and then they start to feel like death. So it's absolutely critical that you guys learn how to communicate with your partner. Okay? So here's a little thing that I thought would be, just sit down with your partner if you're in a relationship. If you're not, this is something that keep in your mind, or write this down and come to it later, or bookmark the video, whatever. Anyway, these are 4 questions that I think would help you to communicate with them better or understand them better. So you could say to them, what can I do to make you feel loved? Zip it. Write it down if you gotta. But that's critical. You want to know what you can do to make your partner feel loved. Okay? Listen to them, and they should also be interested in hearing what you have to say. They need to be curious about what you have to say as well. How do you like being comforted by me when you are upset? It's a great way to give them the comfort that they need or that makes them feel loved. Okay? All right, here's another one. What can I do to make you feel safe? So, everybody has their own ideas about what makes them feel good, what makes them safe in the relationship. It's best to know by just sitting down and asking your partner these things. And what can I do to let you know I am here for you? This is absolutely critical, guys. Am I there for you? Are you there for me? That is one of the essential questions that we have, and it boils down to, are you there for me? So if you say to them, what can I do to let you know I am there for you? They can tell you what they need. They can say, oh, I like it when you rub my back, or I like it when you write me a note, or I like it when you cook me dinner. And the love languages is a good way to understand that, like acts of service or positive affirmations, physical touch. There's two others I can't think of off the top of my head. But go back and review that video. It's a good video for you to review anyway. So, work on learning about communication, guys, because it's not just sitting around waiting for your ex to come back. If you don't learn the skills that you need to have a healthy relationship, when they come back, it's just going to fall apart again for good. So, when you want to get my help personally, go to my website, askcraig.net, and sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. If you like the video and you appreciate the hard work that I put out in these things, put a like on there, leave your comments below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel because I do post videos Monday through Friday. That's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.